Test 1 2. What is up, my people? I am back after a long time. I think it's been maybe a month or two. I'm gonna say a month. Um, been a little busy, but I have been keeping up with um with everything. And Street Fighter 6 actually is about to release in about a day or two here. I think it's today. It's the 31st. And the game will release on the 2nd of next month. And I mean, I'm all ready for it, but I ordered the game through Amazon, and the reason I did that is because I wanted the physical copy of it. And so it might take longer than expected. It might take a little bit longer than expected, which is, I'm hoping it'll be like maybe a day. Um, uh, but if I had gone digital, of course, I would have probably gotten it the day of, right? But for some reason, I mean, I'm a little old school, so I wanted like the box and whatever. I'm not sure if it's gonna come with stickers or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted the box, and I wanted to hold it in my hands, I guess. Um, but hopefully it's only like maybe a day or two. Um, on the Amazon website, it says that it's due. It's gonna be coming a week from release date, which is I hope you know it's not the case. I hope it's like a day, maybe two, because I'm already looking at reviews coming in, and that is that's crazy because there's people already playing it, so they get early access to the game. I think they've been playing it for about a week now, I believe. um and so far, it's getting reviews, good reviews, as you can see here in the screen here. And I'm not gonna look at any of the reviews. I'm gonna look at this here, but which is, I think, the trailer for it, and just look at it for a little bit, and then talk a little bit about my thoughts on how everything's going so far with Street Fighter 6, and what I think this means for the FGC, and not just the FGC, but just like gaming in general, like mainstream gaming, because I think it's looking good. But let's watch this real quick.
Fighting is an art, and this is our canvas. Here we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, yes, baby, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. Not just one. This is where we make our masterpiece.
It's a really good trailer, really good advertisement for the game. A couple of things, I noticed, that reminded me a little bit of of how things are being handled now by the devs and by the FGC. And I don't know if this is if this has been happening or not. In my opinion, this is more of a newer thing where the devs are more, or at least for Street Fighter, the devs are more interactive with the community in general. Just in the devs are kind of listening to the fans, and not just listening to them, but almost like interacting with them. And one of the main things that got my attention was when I was playing the beta, and I tried to get in, and something happened to where I guess so many people were trying to get into the open beta that I guess it crashed, and immediately one of the devs, I forget his name, it's like a Japanese name, immediately took to Twitter and explained, the servers are down or whatever. We're going to try to fix it, within an hour or something like that. But please come back within an hour and everything will be fixed. And this kind of stuff, for a while I had kind of abandoned regular gaming. And in that time I was kind of, mostly doing mobile gaming on my phone. And the thing that I enjoyed and I remembered about mobile gaming was that the devs were very connected to the fans, to the players, and they were constantly, be interacting with the players and talking about, possible DLCs or possible updates or buffs or nerfs or stuff like that. And it was more of an interactive experience between the devs and the fans, which is something that I don't remember happening with the regular gaming. One moment. But this is definitely something new, in my opinion, when it comes to Street Fighter, and maybe in the FGC. It's happened before, but I personally don't remember it. But maybe somebody could correct me and be like, oh, it's been like that for a while. This is to me something new, and maybe it's like I said, maybe it's because I left regular gaming for a while and I was doing nothing but online gaming for several reasons. One of them being, me being on the go all the time and being busy. Most of the time I could only play games on my phone. And that and the fact that just gaming in general, to me, just for consoles, like PlayStation, whatever, Nintendo, just wasn't as appealing anymore. And I still had a system. I had the PS3 and the PS4, and most of the time I was using it for watching Netflix or Hulu or whatever, or being on YouTube. And gaming was, believe it or not, secondary. And I know it sounds weird, but most of my gaming was happening with the phone. And part of the reason that it was better for me was that you could take it with you. Number one. Number two was, like I said, the interaction between the devs and the fans, and how they were constantly, giving us updates. They were constantly, testing out new characters with us and saying, okay, we have a new character and we want to test it with you guys. And then, we have 1 day, 1 or 2 days for you guys to test them out. And then, people would maybe complain that the character was too strong or the character was too weak or whatever. And then, they would release it, and then, and then maybe they'll listen to the fans and either buff it or nerf it. So, hopefully, I kind of feel like it's going in that direction, not necessarily to the same extremes as the mobile games do it. but it's kind of there. I kind of felt it when we did the beta, and when we were playing the beta and all that stuff. So we'll just see what happens. And the thing is, like mobile games, they're not as popular, so they need to be friendly with the fans, and they kind of need to, the fans help in order to build their game up and in order to be successful. At a company like Capcom, really doesn't need the fans as much. It really doesn't need to ponder, but it means a lot more, I guess, because they don't need to do it, but they're kind of doing it in a way, not fully like the way the mobile gaming does it, but it's definitely there to a certain extent. And that's something, that caught my attention. The other thing I wanted to say, they're also going all out on this, advertisement here, getting people like Lil Wayne, to show up to promote the game or whatever. It definitely shows that they have faith in this product, that they put everything they had into it, and that they're confident that this is going to be the one, because you could tell, like, they're putting it, like, they're putting everything into this game, and they're even putting thoughts that they've had before in the past. Like, if you think about it, they have 3 different types of controllers. They have dynamic, modern, and classic. So you got your old school, you got your new school, and you got, even in a sense, the idea they used to have with the big old button that you had to press really hard, right? That was way back in Street Fighter 2 that they had that idea. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was supposed to be an arcade machine that had a big button, and you had to press it really hard, and depending on the hardness of it. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pause it there for a little bit, but yeah, this is almost like an amalgamation or a collection of ideas that they've had before in the past, and they're putting them all together to this game. And the reason I say that is because, like, you got World Tour, which is something they seemed like they wanted to do in alpha, but they couldn't go all the way with it. Even like having like an open world thing to where you walk around and go through the story modes, kind of, was also an idea that they had in the past. There's something that they've been wanting to do, Capcom and the Street Fighter people has been wanting to do for a while, and it seems like they're putting all of their ideas from the past that they've wanted to do. To me, like as an artist, I'm thinking about it. It's like you have all of these ideas in a sketchbook, and sorry about that. I had to answer another phone call. I don't know why everybody wants to call me right now, but as I was saying, it's almost like you have, as an artist, you think about it like you have all of these ideas in a sketchbook, and only like a few of them ever come to fruition. You only do something with a few of them, and then there's all this other stuff that's left in the, we'll finish that stuff later. But it seems like Street Fighter, for Street Fighter 6, they finally, got the backing, and they finally had everything coming together to do all of these things that they've been wanting to do for a while. And also, listening to the fans and what they think and stuff like that, and putting out this product. It's really cool to see. It's really, I guess, inspiring, you could say, to see them, actually fulfill some of the stuff that it seems like they've been wanting to do for a while. Yeah, man, I personally can't wait. And the reviews seem to be all good as well. People are already reviewing it, and trying to see if I can see some of this stuff here, but But yeah, as far as the gameplay goes, like I haven't, I've played the beta, but you know, it's not gonna be the same as the actual game. So I am aware of that. But the one thing I will say is like, um, I feel like I feel like Jury was a problem to me personally, and I think I was the only one, complaining about her. Everybody else seemed to have a problem with um, with Guile and Kimberly, and and I get it because I think if I'm not mistaken, Kimberly has an unblockable attack, and I did feel that I do remember I still got away from it by using jumping attacks and what else did I do? Lows. I did lows. So you're not gonna be able to block it. Like if you see it coming, you're not gonna be able to block it. You're either gonna have to parry, jump, or do lows. But then at the same time, it's so fast that you're not gonna see it coming. It just she's difficult in a way. I personally don't think she was a problem to me. The reason I feel like Jury was a problem is because everything she does seems to be safe. Just everything she does, and it's so much so that it's like for example, if I whiff, I know I'm gonna be punished, especially because I was using Jamie, and I really like Jamie. He's very fun to play. And I'll talk a little bit more about him in a little bit, and Ryu, because Ryu was the other one that I was also using a lot. And so far, from the 8 that I was able to try out, Jamie and Ryu are my top favorite so far. But and I didn't try Jerry because I was kind of salty about her like beating me the way she did a couple of times. And I did win a couple of them too, but it's just frustrating because, like for example, with Jamie, you do a move and he has a couple of rekkas that he uses, and they get better, and he gets more stuff as he drinks, right? So, and I'm not like an expert or anything with Jamie, but he is. I got into the point to where I know how to perform most of his moves. And the problem that I had most of the time is trying to get to where I could get drinks in as I'm fighting. That's pretty much my problem with him that I have to learn. But that's gonna come with time, and I'm gonna get more time with him when I play the game. But like for example, if I do a move right and I whiff, right, and I whiff, especially when I do like it just depends what I do, and I whiff, I know I'm gonna get punished, right? And so I have to plan my moves ahead of schedule, ahead of time, and make sure that I land those hits, or else I will get punished. But when it comes to Jury, she seems to just do whatever she wants and kick from a distance because she has those long legs, and she just keeps kicking and making mistakes, and it doesn't really matter because she seems to be safe on everything. I'm here over here in the corner, like getting hit by her, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's like I can't do anything, and it was a real problem for me. But maybe it's just me because nobody else complained about about Jury, and and I was making jokes about Jury shouldn't exist, and very salty about Jury. And I mean, I don't mind losing. It's not about losing or winning to me. Because I lost a couple of matches and I was having a lot of fun, and I was like, man, that was a good game. But when you're stuck in the corner, trying to find something to do to get her to whiff, and then I could do my stuff, and you don't see it, and you realize that she doesn't have anything punishable, or maybe it's just me, because maybe it's just the type of player I am, because I personally didn't have that much problems with Kimberly. Um, and But anyways, the other thing I was gonna say, people were saying that the strongest was Guile, but Guile is always, he's Guile, and and Kimberly, and I think I already talked about that stuff. But now, I want to talk about modern controls and classic controls real quick before we end this, because people, are debating about, modern controls are bad, and that classic is better, and the 25% damage, less damage, or whatever, right? So, and this is my opinion, right? I like two characters so far, right? One of them is Ryu, and the other one is Jamie, right? Those are my two favorite characters right now, but I don't play them in the same modes. I play Ryu in modern mode, and I play Jamie in classic. Now, and this is what I feel like I predict is going to be the key, in my opinion, for people to choose their characters in different modes. I feel like characters like Guile, Ryu, JP, is it JP? Yeah, JP. And even to a certain extent, Luke, right? Who else? Characters like that that they don't have like a crazy strategy, or that are very fundamentally based. That, like, for example, Guile. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna zone you out. If you try to jump in, he's gonna hit you with a flash kick. And if he gets you in a corner, he's going to get you in one of these loops, right? So it's very basic. He's not really trying to do, anything fancy. He's not a rush down or anything like that. He's a basic zoner, right? And, you look at someone like Ryu, as well, he's a little bit more rounded, and his zoning isn't as good, even though zoning in this game seems to be very strong. He's very basic, he's very fundamentally sound. So these types of characters, in my opinion, are going to be better in modern control. And the reason for that is because they could whiff punish you from a distance, and it's a lot better, and their gameplay isn't that complicated to where you're going to need that many of your buttons to be better, and for characters like this, you're gonna want to react. You want to react on a dime, like boom, and from a distance, and you're gonna be wanting to focus more on your opponent's movements in order for you to immediately react to that. And I feel like characters like Guile and Ryu and Luke, are going to be stronger, in my opinion, in modern control. Now, the reason I use Jamie in classic rather than in modern is because Jamie, he's more combo based, and not only that, he's more like he has more in his arsenal that you lose when you switch to modern. Also, his gameplay and his what you're trying to do in there is different. It's not as fundamental, even though of course fundamentals apply to everybody. But his style of gameplay is different. He's trying to do different stuff in there. He's trying to rush you sometimes. He's trying to get some drinks in, as he puts you on the floor. He's gonna get some drinks in, after a record, he's gonna get some drinks in. So he's kind of different, and he's going to need more of his buttons. Because in Jamie's arsenal, he has a lot of good buttons, but you're gonna need them at different times, and it's just, for in my opinion, for people like Jamie, for characters like Jamie, it's better in classic because of that, because you need all of your buttons at your disposal. Why? Because he's a little bit more, I guess, complex, you could say, as a character. And so characters like that, you're gonna want to play them in classic. Even Kin, to a certain extent, you're gonna want to play him in the classic controls. But like I said, that's my opinion. You guys could probably be like, oh, modern is for for weaklings or noobs, or they're for the young people that don't know how to play or whatever. But I don't think so. I think modern controls, is going to be a lot more viable than people think, and going to be a lot more important than people think. And I think, there's going to be some people that are going to be upset at it, but at the same time, this is this is the name of the game is change, in everything pretty much. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say for today. I'm going to get, to drawing over here, but I'm going to let you guys go for now. And then, but yeah, that's pretty much. I can't wait to play the game, and then I'll give you an update on how it went. The other thing I want to talk about is the character creation. That's gonna be fun. And right now I'm gonna start drawing, a couple of my characters that I wanna see if I could create in the Street Fighter 6 character creation mode. That way, so I could play with them or whatever. Or maybe I should just draw. I mean, I should use myself. Like most people are doing. They're using themselves as the avatar, which could be cool too. But I personally think that'll be kind of boring, right? But we'll see what happens. Or you guys let me know. Should I do myself or do one of my OCs, or maybe somebody that I want to be there, like Charlie Nash or something. But yeah, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this. Let me know your opinions. But I will catch you guys on the next one.